Babylonian Geometry by Stephanie Skidlow. Historical context. Babylonia was a civilization located in Mesopotamia about 4,000 years ago. This empire was known for their incredible architecture and their strong walls all around their city. The Babylonians were incredibly talented, and architecture was not their only talent. They worked a lot with astrology and geometry intertwined. Down here, you could see some pictures that depicted how Babylonia might have looked back in the day, along with some of the architecture that you can see in the pictures. Here are some pictures depicting where Babylonian Empire would have been located, and it's somewhere in between Turkey, Iran, and even Egypt, and it's right in the middle. What is it exactly? About 450 tablets were found at Babylonian sites, including calculations about planets and the moon, mostly using addition and other arithmetic operations or instructions for performing those calculations. The research community refers to these calculations as trapezoids because two parallel sides of different lengths are associated with the shapes. With a curved top, a rectangle is used to demonstrate how a planet, Jupiter in this case, changes its velocity over time. The trapezoid was created by plotting Jupiter's velocity over time and the distance between Jupiter and Earth. And here are some pictures that are the tablets and what they include, including some of their symbols and how it could actually be used in an example. Next, here are some pictures taking a closer look at these tablets and how they were actually used with the numbers on them to depict how it worked. They first figured out how to change the velocity of Jupiter from one day to the next, and then how much distance was covered over two consecutive 60-day intervals. Babylonians also split trapezoidal graphs into two smaller trapezoids of equal size to calculate the time when Jupiter traveled half the distance it would eventually reach in 60 days. Babylonian mathematicians depicted Jupiter's course as a trapezoid. The trapezoid was created by graphing the two primary variables, which were Jupiter's velocity with the time, and the distance between them, Jupiter and Earth. And on the bottom here, you can see a graph which depicts the days over the velocity to actually depict how the Babylonians would have used these graphs to do their calculations. And you could see their number system on the left, along with an example of how these tablets actually looked like and how they would have actually used it. Here are more examples and pictures to visually see their number system and how they were used. You can see that they used these pictures to refer to numbers, and as well as symbols to refer to 2 times as, or 3 times, or in this case 60 times that. Now here's extra information if you want to know more about these types of calculations. Here's a YouTube video that walks you through completing the ancient Babylonian technique. I will link it in the description below if you want more information about it. Here are pictures that are located in the Babylonian Museum that's actually located in Illinois, and it is called the Oriental Institute Museum. If you want to know more about Babylonians and the Babylonian history in general, along with math and geometry, you should look into this museum and all its treasures that it has to find. And finally, thank you for listening to my presentation. This was Babylonian Geometry by Stephanie Skidlow.